The National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the New York Giants and the Los Angeles Rams under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Southern California and the gorgeous SoFi Stadium in the Los Angeles suburb of Inglewood. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson in the booth. Greg, you love these games because we've got a marquee matchup at the most important position in sports, the quarterback spot.
And these are the matchups that everyone is excited to tune in, right? When the schedule comes out and you go down and you look up, all right, who's playing who, what quarterback matchups. This is one early in the offseason that you circle. The opportunity to see two marquee Hall of Fame potential quarterbacks on the same field together. We all know the reality of this league, Mike. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And both these guys under center today, when they come out of that tunnel every single weekend, their team knows as long as he's in the huddle with us, we got a shot.
Here comes a return from the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Wilson makes the read and keeps it himself. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc. And that's exactly what happened here.
On 3rd down, here's Wilson. He's got his man complete to Johnson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They'll run with Tracy. Woo. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
That's taken in. What a catch by Neighbors. They get 19 on that pass play. That's good for a Giants 1st down.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is 1st down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early 1st down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points. How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back, but not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be third down.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
From the gun on third down, Wilson to the goal line and in. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, Giants. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. He's got it. And the Giants will take a 7-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out, Greg, by the #1 overall pick way back in 2009, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But when he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further.
They face second down and 7. They'll fake the handoff now. Stafford. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. The motion man is Nakua. On first down, it is Williams. And he maneuvers his way forward, a gain of 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. Now it's Stafford. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
They put Adams in motion. That's taken in by Higbee. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Stafford now to throw on first down. He's got his man, Devontae Adams. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Rams first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll run it with Williams. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Third down, 3 to go. A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Carty's kick is good. And the Rams are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready now for their second drive. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Now it's Tracy looking to run and a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. Cameron Curl up from his safety spot to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Russ. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So on 4th down, out is Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we are through 1 on Sunday Night Football. It's the Giants leading this one early. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. The motion man is Nakua. They run on the jet sweep, and he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
This is just another creative wrinkle that they can add to their offense to help move the chains. They don't do a ton of sweeps throughout the course of the game, but they do just enough here and there to keep the defense guessing.
A first down throw for Stafford. Finds Nakua on the slant. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On the ground, this is Williams. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. To throw is Stafford. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. And he'll be taken down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So the big play gets him down close. And now it's 1st and goal. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll take it on in. Tyler Higbee. Touchdown, Rams.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end. And they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Rams are on top. It's now 10-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Giants offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Pass complete to Neighbors. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. the ground. Here's Tracy. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They go play action with Wilson. Oh, Neighbors wide open. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 5. It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up 1st and goal.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And he'll get 3 yards here, down to the 2-yard line. Third and goal. Now Russ. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Daniel Bellinger. Touchdown, New York.
And once they let the quarterback out of the pocket, it just became too many options at their disposal. You got to keep them in the pocket and limit the run option. Once he's out there on the perimeter, Mike, his ability to either throw it or take it in himself, it just puts so much pressure on these coverage defenders and results in an easy touchdown.
Gano on to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Giants are on top. It's 14-10. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Two minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. Stafford now on 2nd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Throw it on third down, Stafford. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
So a fourth down, the Rams will send out Ethan Evans to punt. Amir Smith-Marset goes back to return it. Now a fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll look middle here and get it to Neighbors. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's taken in. What a catch by Neighbors. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing again, Wilson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Now a timeout. Giants, that is their 2nd, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. That's caught downfield by Robinson. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Here is Graham Gano to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Gano's kick is good. And the Giants will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. These 2 teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half about to get started. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
First and 10 now from the 36. To the air again, Stafford. Nakua snags it over the middle. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. A give, and here comes Williams. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And he didn't need much. I don't think he got there. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he is short on that one.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up fourth down.
So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. It'll be a 44-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Rams are able to cut it to 4, 17-13.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. In motion, it's Robinson. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Left side in the hands of Neighbors. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
A carry here for Tracy. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
And he'll get forward for a couple. Cameron Kitchens there to bring him down. Second down and 8. On the give, it's Tracy. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on fourth and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They trail. Brian Daboll displeased with that one, and out comes the challenge flag. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So that challenge, a successful one. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. This is intercepted. That's the safety, Cameron Curl. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
The Rams offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get about 5. Play action, Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and That play had no shot.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. On the give, it's Williams. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
The Rams punting unit coming out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Smith-Marset, and he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Receiver in motion, going right. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Russ. He's got his tight end. That's Johnson. A gain there of 10 yards. 1st down, Giants.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
A run here with Tracy on 2nd down. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple-possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on 1st down. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30. in motion, it's Robinson. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Wilson. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most. And I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And Wilson's been doing this a long time. He knows the drill, slides to avoid the contact, and picks up the 1st down. What a letdown for the defense. They allow a conversion on 3rd and 16.
This is the point in the game, Mike, where on 3rd down, you have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. But they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the 1st down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
Here's a run. A short game, down to the 7. Now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. Third and goal. Throwing is Wilson. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down.
You could tell that this defense was ready for this exact play call. They know that they're going to give their quarterback a chance both through the air and on the ground with his legs. They do a nice job stopping him short of the goal line to force 4th down.
This has been quite the drive. 3 points would kind of feel like a letdown, so they're going to go for it here on 4th and goal. Wilson makes the read and keeps it himself. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Russell Wilson, touchdown, New York. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Now, Gano for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Giants will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Rams offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. That's good for 27 and a first down. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll drop to throw. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Stafford to throw again. That's to the sideline and pulled in by Smith. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. First down, L.A. And now the referee, looks like he has gotten word from replay. They're going to stop the game inside the last 2 minutes. All replays emanate from there. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Big spot for the Rams as they'll try to add a 2-point conversion now. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Again, it's Stafford. That's caught, so they get the 2-point conversion. And all of a sudden, that 11-point deficit down to just a field goal here in the fourth. Even with their full complement of timeouts, the call is to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
All right, so you take your shot, you don't get it. But now your defense has to save the day. You've got all 3 timeouts. You've got to get a stop here, force them to punt the ball back, and give your offense a chance to win the game.
The Giants offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally 1 step ahead of the defense all game long. Now it's Tracy looking to run, and they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Wilson now going to keep it on his own read. And this defense up to that. They go play action now. Wilson. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Rams offense ready to take over once more. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. A throw left side, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and that will lead to a 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
18 on the gain again. And another 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
Throw it on 3rd down, Stafford. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
So here it is, 4th down and 10. They'll snap it. Here's Stafford. He gets this complete, finding Adams. So it's a win for the Men in Blue. The Giants get it done. they're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night, everybody.